Welcome to Know Your Company, and today we're in conversation with Shivaan, and we're talking about ice creams, healthy ice creams. Have I got that right, Shivaan? And it's
Yeah, healthier, better for you, whatever you like to call it.
okay. So run us through a little bit about it. I'm not so familiar with Brooklyn ice cream. Where all are you present, and how you're expanding now?
Sure. So we launched the brand in January of 2019, just before the COVID lockdown. But since then, in the last 2.5 years, we've really grown our presence quite strongly. So today, you can find us in India in about 15 cities. But beyond that, you can also find us in international markets. So, for example, we're available in the UAE, we're available in Saudi Arabia, and we're shortly also going to be available in Singapore and Kuwait. So we've been seeing quite a good growth in our distribution over the last 2.5 years, and it's been very very encouraging for a new brand like us entering what is supposedly a niche segment, but seeing this kind of growth is very encouraging.
Okay, so you say it's a niche segment. So, how are you positioning yourself? Because we have, take the likes of, an Amul, for instance, who'd probably be, present everywhere across markets. Are you looking at a slightly more niche positioning? What's your pricing like? Are you looking at a segment that's more interested in, like you mentioned, and then I'm going to ask you more about that, but, healthier eating and so forth. So does that cut down your market size?
Correct. So I think that's what kind of makes it a niche, right? We're looking for customers who are aware of the food choices that they're making. So that could be somebody who's looking for a lower calorie product or looking for, let's say, a dairy free product. So that is, our core target market. But we also see a huge potential in customers who are currently eating premium ice cream brands such as a London Dairy or a Baskin Robbins to kind of gravitate into our brand, because I think now being more mindful of your eating habits has kind of become, I wouldn't say tradition, but I think most well aware people have started incorporating whatever small changes they can. And I think that's where we really see the growth in the brand, when we see consumers moving from the premium ice cream segment into our brand. And that's how we've priced ourselves as well. So if you see, our cups and our tubs are pretty much equivalent of what you'd pay for a Naturals or a Baskin Robbins.
Okay, so talk to me about how you said it's dairy free, for example. What are the other, special kind of combinations that you do, or your offerings? What sets you apart?
Sure. So all of our ice creams are lower in calories, have no added sugar, artificial sweeteners, or preservatives. But we also have certain variants for customers who have, let's say, slightly more specific lifestyle requirements. So we also have vegan ice creams, we also have high protein ice creams, and we also have keto ice creams available in low calorie forms too.
So, what's a keto ice cream?
So keto ice cream is basically an ice cream which has really low carbohydrate content. So from a whole scoop of our keto ice cream, you just get 2 grams of net carbs. So even if you eat the whole tub, or if you eat 2 tubs in a day, it's not going to kick you out of ketosis, right? So it's about allowing people to enjoy ice cream regardless of their lifestyle or dietary preferences.
So you have all your ice creams are sugar free, and in addition to that, the keto one would also be low carbs. Does it still taste as good?
It tastes as good. We've done a lot of blind tastings, not just with friends and family, but with actual people within the food and beverage industry, and we've seen I would say 95% of customers can't tell that it's a low calorie or a healthier product. That honestly took a lot of time. So our R&D was spearheaded by is still spearheaded by Mr. Vasco de Souza. He's a Portuguese fellow who worked at Unilever Europe for 20 years. He was part of the team that developed Magnum. And despite, all of the experience that he had, it still took him about 18 months to develop the base range, because one thing that, was paramount to us was the taste and the texture of the product. Because I'm a firm believer that, no matter how healthy the product is or what health benefits you're offering, if you don't give a consumer the taste and the texture that they're used to, they're probably not going to come back to you. They may try you once, but that's probably where it would end.
Okay, so in terms of, let's say, your overall pie, how much do you say consumers would want the regular ice cream? How much would them go in for some of these specialized offerings? Just out of curiosity.
Sure. So I think the low calorie range is the largest part of our contributor. It would be somewhere between 60 to 70%. The vegan range is second at about 20 to 25%, and then the remainder is made up by high protein and keto.
Okay. And why the expansion into international markets at the same time as expanding further into India? I mean, of course, clearly you must have seen an opportunity, but in terms of the strategic choice to also move into overseas markets simultaneously, how's that working out for you?
It's actually been it's worked out really well for us. We've been very successful in the UAE and in Saudi Arabia, and that's given us more encouragement to go after new international markets. I think the potential is definitely there because there are no ice cream brands kind of within this better for you or healthier segment in these countries as well. Maybe in the US and the UK you see a few of them, but most of these Southeast Asian and Middle Eastern countries really don't have anybody, who's making a concerted effort. Yeah.
So, what do the skeptics say? They must say it's not healthy for you, it's not good, this is just a gimmick. I'm sure you hear that.
Yeah, I think the biggest, one of the challenges that we face is that customers simply can't believe that something that's healthier or better for you tastes as good. But I think, the way that you overcome that is by making them actually eat the product and explaining to them how you've arrived at, that lower calorie or what have you used to kind of replace the sugar. And once you educate them a little bit more and they've tasted the product, then we kind of get over that.
Okay. What's the kind of growth? You said it's taken a while on the R&D. How much? I think you must have spent maybe 2-3 years. And am I right? Or yeah?
Yeah. So it was 18 months of R&D pre-launch, and then it's a whole lot of R&D every day after that too. But the growth has been very encouraging. Our first year we had four-digit growth. Wow. And we've seen, really high triple-digit growth in the second year, and are on track to get some pretty good triple-digit growth this year as well.
Amazing. So where are you in the markets in Delhi and Bombay?
So you could find us largely on online platforms, so Swiggy, Zomato, Big Basket. But you can also find us at retail stores. So in Mumbai, you could find us at Nature's Basket or at Food Hall. In Delhi, you find us at Modern Bazaar. So leading premium retail chains.
Okay, and your back end is where?
So we have two manufacturing facilities. They're not owned by us. They're owned by the same group. One of them is in Pune and one of them is located in the UAE.
Okay, fantastic. Shivaan, thanks so much for joining us. It was great chatting with you, and I'm excited to try it out. So maybe next time I order on Swiggy, I will try out some Brooklyn ice cream as well.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.